3-2.
What's the score?
We're up 3-2. Score?
We're up 3-2. All right.
You're watching Indians baseball from Jacobs Field on Sports Channel tonight.
We're up 3-2.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
What was that?
Guy's a real jerk.
Sports Channel, bringing you the teams that bring us together.
I really do think there's something magical here, because at the other stadium it wasn't like that.
Well hit to right center field. Back is Tinsley to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. Home run, and the Indians win.
There's no question about it. It's got the Lord's countenance on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what religion you are. If you believe in a higher being, it's right here.
Line to center field. Back is Edmonds to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. A grand slam home run. The magic continues.
Sometimes we lose sight of the fact that when you have a big crowd, and there are always big crowds here at Jacobs Field, it pumps up the ball plays. It makes the adrenaline flow.
Drive to deep right field. That ball is back. That ball is gone. Jim Thome wins it for the Indians.
I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing from the Lord.
This is a team of destiny. There's no question about it.
Long drive, deep right field. Back to the wall. It's gone. Home run, Sorrento. The Indians win. Unbelievable.
There is something magical. They've had so many come from behind wins, and I've never in my entire life seen or played with a team that hit so many home runs to end the game.
Manny Ramirez, a two-out, two-run home run in the bottom of the 12th inning. Oh, wow. The magic is back at Jacobs Field.
Wahoo! What a finish. 12 magical moments at Jacobs Field. The sun dawned on a new day in Cleveland. Opening day 1994. A new ballpark, Jacobs Field, a new attitude, and a visit from the nation's top left-hander.
Actually, I was a little nervous, thinking, well, I just warmed up for 15 minutes, but now I put on this big, bulky baseball jacket, and what if I blow it? So what I did was to take a deep breath. I looked down there at Alomar, who's the catcher. He's really a big man. I thought, I can hit him. He's 6'6" or something, you know. I cheated a little bit. I threw the ball a little higher and slower than I would if I were actually out there playing, to make sure it got there without being on the ground and in the strike zone.
But Seattle's top left-hander threw just a little harder, holding the Indians hitless through 7. Finally, in the 11th, with the game tied at 3, Wayne Kirby.
He's hit down the left field line. The Indians have won it. Wayne Kirby has made the debut at Jacobs Field complete.
That game was so important to this club. One, we felt we had a club that was ready to break through, and I think two, moving into our new ballpark and setting our own turf, that we were going to be a tough club to beat. I think that propelled us obviously towards a quality 94 season, and I think that was the first step that got our guys believing that the extra innings belonged to the Indians.
That opening day victory set a tone in '94, one that continued throughout the year.
Irener running, fly ball hit well to left field. Back is Vaughn to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. Albert Bell with a 2-run home run wins it for the Indians in the bottom half of the 13th inning. Fly ball, right field and deep. This ball game is over. Bell drives it toward right center field, way back to the wall. It's up. It's gone. The Indians win. Bell with a base hit in the left center field. It'll drop. It's 1 run scored. Here comes Baerga. Here comes the throw. The Indians win. Unbelievable. The Indians win again. 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. This is amazing.
This year, it seems like we've just taken over where we left off, and you know, the fans have been a great influence on us. You know, I think that really shows up, and all our late inning wins. You know, we've had a lot of comeback victories, and I think it's a little tribute to the fans. You know, they could have headed to the turnstiles a lot of times, and they end up sticking around and give you a little boost of confidence, and it seems to really help, especially in the late innings.
Those late inning heroics spawned a new celebration Cleveland called its own, one that's definitely over the top.
When you get the winning hit, you just get ready to get pounded on top of the helmet. The guy's gonna pound you.
It all started last year.
We start hitting, slowly, and then the next time we start hitting a little bit harder. It came out to get crazy and wild. All the guys know what's going on, and everybody expects to get hit hard.
And there's the standard greeting for a hero here in Cleveland.
You know what? It started last year, I think, with Jim Thome and those guys.
Jim Thome or whatever. He's one of the biggest heads on the team.
Jim Thome started everything. He started hitting everybody. You have to be careful with him. He don't know how strong he is. Somebody gonna get hurt one day, if we keep doing it.
Let's see if they do the head slamming tonight. Yes, sir.
That adrenaline's so high, I think that you didn't even feel what's going on.
Oh, you just get a headache.
First of all, you better expect to have a headache the next day.
I had a headache after that.
And he is mobbed by his teammates at home plate.
Eddie Murray, he got mad because I hit him kind of hard, because I was trying to ease up and hit him, and he moved his head, and I had to swap him pretty good, and he didn't like that, but oh well.
Manny Ramirez went to hit somebody on the head, and he caught me with an elbow, like on my cheek, and I was like, geez, everybody gets hurt in this thing. And
now once a guy hits a home run, I think he's dreading really to get to home plate.
It's better not to hit the guy. You can hurt yourself because the way we punt it.
So I think if I do it, I'm gonna run, touch home plate, and scatter around and leave everyone else. They have to chase me.
I would put myself in that situation anytime to wake up with a headache, and
hopefully we'll have a lot more beatings at home plate later on in the season.
They're beating him up at home plate.
Of course, with close to 3 million fans at Jacobs Field, there's always electricity in the air. Home or away, the Indians were amazing. They won more than 25 games in their last at-bat, more than 15 of those at home. Here then are the 12 most dramatic finishes at Jacobs Field in 1995.
The thing that really drew me to Carlos the first time I saw him, and the first time I saw him was in the Pacific Coast League in 1989. He was playing third base for the Las Vegas Stars, who are the Padres' AAA club. And I was managing Colorado Springs, the thing that drew me to him, other than his obvious physical talent, was that the way he absolutely enjoyed playing the game, and he didn't mind showing everybody enjoyed it. There's so many things that he does that when he does them, you just think, God, I can't believe he did that. He's a tremendous talent, swings the bat very, very well. He's a smart player, and he's a winner.
It was a cold night in Cleveland. Kansas City led 2-1 in the ninth. Wayne Kirby got the chance to test his pinch-hitting philosophy.
You're sitting on the bench, and it's cold, sometimes raining, and you have to come off and, keep an inning going. It's a tough situation when you have to face the stoppers, and you're sitting on the bench. And Jeff Montgomery, he was just throwing me all breaking balls, and happened to get one hanging and hit it through the hole.
Through the right side, a base hit. Here comes Amaro. Here comes Coleman. No play to the plate. The ball game is tied. Kirby comes through. A base hit to right. It's 2-2.
When you do that, it's well worth it. A lot of guys don't like to do it, but somebody got to do it.
On to extra innings, where the Royals fell under the spell of Jacobs Field.
Runner's going. Pitch out called for. Throw to second. He's out. Vizquel, bare hands. Throw. What a play. The inning is over. The Indians go to work in the bottom of the 10th.
Pitching and defense had done their job for the Tribe. Now it was time for the magic of the offense, led by Carlos Baerga.
Baerga with a drive toward right field. On the move is Coleman. The ball is off the wall. Baerga around first. On his way to second. He's there with a stand-up double to lead off the inning. A bid for a home run just short, but Baerga's double has him at second base with nobody out.
And at Tensko, the money come up and hit it basically to center field, and I just tried to score.
The pitch. A swing and a line drive, base hit to center.
When I slide home plate, I try to strike pretty hard, to make a pat border, to drop the ball. And
Baerga around third. Goodwin charges. Throw to the plate. Baerga. The slide. Safe. The drive is won.
When I see the ball down, I was more happier than ever.
The Jacobs Field magic is back. The Indians pull it out. 1 in the 9th to tie. 1 in the 10th
to win. Manny is, for a young hitter, is a very intelligent hitter. Manny came into my office last night after a ball game, and he was struggling with a little bit of stuff. And Manny has never come in my office before, but he comes in and closes the door and grabs a bat and starts talking to me about hitting and about what he thinks he's doing wrong. And I sit there and watch him, and I said, he's got a good handle on that, because that's exactly what he's doing wrong. And we spent 30 minutes talking about steps to correct that. But that's the type hitter that Manny is. He's very cognizant of what he does at the plate. He has a chance to be as good as there ever has been in this game, I believe.
That the Boston Red Sox were in first place was a surprise to many. Even more so was Tim Wakefield, their budding Cy Young candidate, whose knuckleball this day had the Indians flailing away. Cleveland starter Dennis Martinez was not as fortunate and fell behind early 3-0. But then the momentum began to shift.
That'll drop for a hit. They'll wave the runner around. Here comes Greenwell. Here comes Bell's throw to the plate. They got him.
Boston led 3-1 when Wakefield in the 4th knuckled under to Jim Thome.
Thome, high fly ball, well hit, deep to right center field. Back is Tinsley to the warning track. It's gone. Jim Thome, number 15.
It's the first home run this year given up by Wakefield, and Thome made sure it was no cheapie.
1 inning later, Tim gave up his second.
2 balls and 1 strike. Bell, high fly ball, deep left field. Back is Greenwell to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. Tie ball game, 3-3.
Still 3-3 when Ramirez faced Boston closer Ken Ryan. And Ramirez struck out looking with a winning run on second base. It was a lesson learned.
That was a pulling off of the ball, Right. And I said to Dennis Martinez, I have to be tough in this game, I'm gonna get him.
Ramirez was called out on strikes with a runner at second and nobody out in the 8th inning.
I think he made good pitches against me in the last at bat.
Fouls it straight back. Pretty good battle now.
Well, I was trying to go to the middle on him in my last at bat.
3-2, bottom half of the 10th. Nobody out. 3-3 ball game. Well hit to right center field. Back is Tinsley to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. Home run, and the Indians win. The magic is still here at Jacobs Field.
Jim Thome really personifies a lot of what young players should aspire to be. This is a young man that's come through the system. He was not a high draft pick. He's worked very hard at his game. He's blessed with inordinate power and skills, but he has really worked hard at his game. And I think he's become very popular because of his accessibility, because of his work ethic, and also his talent.
Sparky Anderson watched his 2-0 deficit change in a sweet second.
There's a drive to right field. Goodbye. Lou Whitaker having some night. Hits it in the lower deck, and we have a tie game.
So it remained into the 9th, when, with Cleveland threatening, one of the more confusing plays of the year took place.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 9th inning. A line drive right at the third baseman, and 1 out, throw home. Now what are they ruling? Wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
He dropped the ball at third.
He dropped the ball at third.
What is going on?
I don't know. Yeah, no, none of the umpires are making a ruling. Tigers are saying a double play. Carlos Baerga is coming home and touches home plate. And now what's going on? There are 4 umpires out there. They're all standing. I'd like to tell you what's happening, but I can't.
Out at third, out at second. An inning-ending double play. One that simply delayed the inevitable.
Jim Thome leads off the bottom of the 10th inning. Game tied at 2. Maxey the wind, the pitch, and Thome driven off the plate, ball 1. He misses low to Thome, and the count goes 2-0. The wind and the pitch. And he misses low and inside to Thome. 3-0 the count as Jim looks directly into the Indians' dugout to see if he has the green light.
I knew I was going to get a pretty good pitch to hit, not as good as what I got, but I was trying to drive the ball out of the park and win the game, and was fortunate to get a real good pitch to do it.
The 3-0 pitch. Thome belts it deep right, way back, gone. The Indians have done it again. The Indians win for the 7th time this year in their last at-bat, the 5th time on this homestand.
Jose just stepped up. You know, they gave him the ball, and you know, every time he comes out, especially when we get a lead, we pretty much know the game's over. I think he's been our MVP all year. To come in and be so consistent day in and day out, it's really hard to do in baseball. And you know, when he comes into the game, it just seems like it's over with. It's just a matter of time.
A first-inning home run by Albert Bell gave Cleveland a 2-1 lead over Milwaukee. And Manny Ramirez made it 3-2 in the second. But the Brewers battled back and rallied to take a 5-3 lead in the 8th inning. Then, in the bottom of the 8th inning, after a leadoff triple put by Erga on third, good things began to happen.
The short and the plate. Everybody's safe.
Set and pitch. And that is low, ball 4, so the bases are loaded.
With 1 down, Manny Ramirez flew out to shallow right, and holding at third by Erga. Still 5-3 in the 8th.
And so now 2 men out, and it'll be up to Paul Sorrento.
And Sorrento trying to break out of an 0-for-18 skid.
Good time to do it.
I was scuffling for a long time, and it was one of those balls where I hit down the right field line, and it happened to hit right on the line.
And the pitch, swung on, line down the right field line, hooking, a fair ball, 2 runs in. Here comes Orion Thome, they'll stop him at third base, and the Indians have tied the game. We could not see where that ball landed, but it had to be almost right on the foul line. Big blow for Paul Sorrento.
You know, just happened to get a break. You know, the ball could have been fair or foul, and ended up being fair. And you know, it was a good situation. We ended up tying the game, and then I think Wayne came up, the next batter.
Rob Dibble comes on for the Milwaukee Brewers.
And Wayne Kirby will pinch hit.
Oh, he's still Dibble. Everyone knows he's still got the temper. He's still got his fastball. I think he lost a little bit on his fastball, but basically that's the type of pitcher I hit well, hard thrower. So I was ready for that too.
And the next pitch. There's a little fly ball dropping into center field, a base hit. 1 run home. Here comes Sorrento, 2 runs. And the Indians lead it 7-5. Wayne Kirby comes through with a pinch hit single, driving in a pair. The Indians have scored 4 times here in the 8th inning.
Talk about a clutch hit.
That is a big one.
Kirby had come through with his bat. Now he sought to come home with his speed.
Kirby racing for third. That'll be a stolen base and an error. The Indians stirring it up here in the 8th inning. Ground ball right side. That's going to go through a base hit. And the Indians lead it 8-5. Nice piece of hitting by Omar. He just went the other way with it.
An 8-5 lead, confidently turned over to Jose Mesa, looking for a slice of history.
Long standing ovation and a rousing welcome for Jose Mesa, who tries to set a new major league record with his 37th consecutive save without a blown save.
But the Tribe's sudden turnaround made for a challenging save situation.
Those are probably some of the toughest kinds of saves because your closer doesn't have a chance to get himself mentally ready for that situation. In scoring those 5 runs, it doesn't, first of all, it doesn't give you much time to get him up and get him loose. I don't think Jose was, but I was scared to death.
Ace is ready. Here's his pitch. Ground ball, second base side. Carlos Baerga in front of it, has it. Throws, the game is over. Jose Mesa has a new Major League record as he has saved his 37th game in a row without a blown save.
Kenny Lofton is the one player we have that can completely dominate a game. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark. He can bunt and steal 2 bases and score on an infield hit. And I think obviously his defense is a joy to watch. I mean, you pay money just to watch Kenny play center field. It's a very special, special athlete.
But against Minnesota, Kenny's heroics would have to wait, as this game began in typical Eddie Murray fashion. With a first-inning RBI single that gave Cleveland a 1-0 lead. But it was Murray's next at-bat, in the 3rd inning, that all but put Cleveland fans over the edge.
There's a drive toward right field. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. The Indians have a 4-2 lead, and Murray has 3 runs batted in. Almost got it out of here.
Yeah, I thought that might have got above that yellow line out in right field, but that's what Mike Hargrove's going to go out and argue.
Other than that they were just crazier than that. Umpires are honest, and they are. They do try to make the right call, even though sometimes I think we all think maybe that they don't.
And now the fans are all getting irate. Home run! Home run! Yes, it is. That's the call. They conferred, made the call. He'll trot on home. Eddie Murray with his 3rd of the year.
Well, just give him 1 more RBI and tack on that home run.
The Twins would fall behind 8-3 before a 5-run 7th tied the score. Then, in the 8th,
fastball hit high and deep to left field. Bell is back to the warning track to the ball. It is gone. Home run, and the Minnesota Twins have the lead 9-8.
But Eddie Murray's merry day was not yet over.
There's a drive, deep right field. Puckett is back to the warning track to the wall. Looks up, it's gone. Eddie Murray has tied the ball game.
What a day Eddie Murray is having. Unbelievable, John. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and the Indians right back to tie this one. What a game.
What a game indeed. One that was, in fact, just beginning. For with the score tied at 9, these 2 teams played on, and on, and on, and on.
We are headed to overtime at Jacobs Field this afternoon. Bouncing ball to short. They come to the plate. The throw is there. The tag is out. This ball game now the 5+ hours in length. Sorrento cuts it off. That will save a run and gets an out at first. Fair ball. Diving for the final out of the inning. Good play by Tommy. For the 3rd time in the game, the Twins leave the bases loaded. Mark Wiley calling to see if there's anyone left in the bullpen. Ball game approaching the 5.5-hour mark. A long day for Tom Kelly and Mike Hargrove, pushing all the buttons.
All the strategizing has been done. You know, up to that point, that's your last gasp.
Well, I'll tell you, the folks who came to the ballpark today pretty much got to see the entire pitching staff.
Yes, they did.
And most of the position players for both teams. Called strike 3. He strikes out the side. Longest game in length at Jacobs Field, 5 hours, 41 minutes. There's a chopper off the plate. Baerga comes to the plate.
They get him.
They got him. 2nd time in the ball game. We are in some uncharted waters right now, heading for what could be the longest game in Indians history. To 3rd, Tommy backhands, goes to 2nd for 1, on to 1st, double play! 5-4-3 around the horn. The Indians escape.
I think the toughest part is trying to stay focused mentally because the game has been dragging on.
We've had 42 hits in the ball game, 2 errors. 18 runs, thousands of pitches.
Like I said, after a while, I just started to get kind of dead because you've been out there for so long, you just want to get it over with.
Oh, he's down at the other end of the dugout now.
He's trying to change things around.
You do silly things, and it was a silly thing. You know, I thought, well, I've been down at this end of the dugout for 17 innings, and we have not scored yet, or 16 innings. So I'm going to move down at the other end of the dugout and see if that helps. And of course, we won, and that's the reason we won, is because I moved.
This is now the longest game time-wise in Indians history. Lofton is the batter. There's one out, the winning run at third.
And I said, well, I'm gonna just try to hit this ball right back up the middle, and basically that's what I did.
Lofton up the middle into center field, a base hit. It is finally over. The longest game in Indians history. The Indians win it in the bottom of the 17th, 10-9.
After 396 minutes and 580 pitches, victory and sleep were at hand.
I was so tired, I just ran straight to the clubhouse and just got in the shower and laughed and went home.
Mike Cargrove said, finally, I got down to the other end of the dugout. They win it, and there's the reaction.
You have people on your ball club, you want to see them all do well, but there are certain players on your ball club that you get a certain special satisfaction out of seeing them do well. And Sandy really is one of those guys for me because of all he's had to overcome really since 1990 with all the injuries that he's had, and they've all been legitimate injuries that have cost him time, and I know that Sandy has such a desire to compete and succeed, and that he gives back probably to the fans more than any other player on our ball club.
29 years old today, Albert Bell. Look out, here's number 2 off Albert Bell's bat. The man's got style, it's his birthday, and he means to celebrate.
The sellout crowd also celebrated Albert's 2 birthday bombs, but one fan was still thinking about a pregame chat he had with Sandy Alomar.
There was a little kid that was his dad. He just finished burying his dad and from a car crash, and I was struggling at the moment, and he came up to me and said, you know, you're my favorite player. When you hit a home run for me, and
I told him that he was a man and he was gonna hit a home run that night, and he said, okay, I guess. I haven't hit one for a while, and I told him he was due.
Sandy didn't homer in the bottom of the 7th, but his leadoff single did ignite a rally. One that would give the Indians a 5-3 lead following Carlos Baerga's 2-run double. Cleveland maintained that lead into the 9th, where with Senior Slam on the mound, it appeared that Alomar's predicted home run would simply not happen. But that's precisely when some reverse Jacobs Field magic transpired.
Chad Curtis stands in. First pitch, fly ball right field. Back goes Ramirez, still going back at the wall. That ball is gone. A home run for Chad Curtis. And this game is all tied up, and that breaks the string of consecutive saves for Jose Mesa.
But it also allowed for an unexpected 11th inning at bat by Alomar, and a young fan's wish fulfilled.
Wind and the pitch. There's a drive to left. Way back, it's at the fence. It's gone. This game is over. Sandy Alomar wins it in the 11th.
I was just like, wow, that was pretty cool. I was like, well, I wonder if he still remembered that I told him to do it or if he just hit it.
I was very shocked that when I hit the home run, I just ran the bases, and the first thing that came into my mind, I got to shake this kid's hand or point to him, or this is for you. And
then after he'd hit it, he handed the bat to me over the wall, and then I was escorted up to the locker room, and he signed it for me.
Something very special. I gave him the home run bat autograph for him, and he was very pleased with that.
Yeah, that hasn't happened since the Babe did that, or Lou Gehrig, or any of the Yankees, so yeah, I thought about that a little bit.
No, I'm not the Babe, not even close to it, but you know, I'm happy I can make some kid happy, and it was a great feeling for myself and for the whole atmosphere of the ball club, and especially for that kid.
I think that's one of the great things about baseball, and that's one, I think, of the great things about a player like Sandy Alomar, and specifically Sandy. He's a very accessible player. things like that mean something to Sandy. For him to walk up and take his turn at a dramatic finish, especially with those circumstances, was very special.
It's like there's a thought when he comes up to the plate, not only with the team, but in the crowd. They sense when Albert comes up, they ring that bell, and these people are going crazy in the stands. They're waiting for it. And it's almost to a point now where they're expecting it to happen. And it has a lot. It's happened 3 times this year for him.
Game number 6 against the Blue Jays was another marathon. This one, 14 innings. But it gave the Indians an opportunity to lay on the leather and prove once again they were more than just a bunch of booming bats.
Vizquel vacuums and gets him. The first baseman Perry. Sharply hit. Could be 2, yes. Double play for the Indians. Well, they've got Alomar hung up. But he will not go quietly. Finally, they nail him.
Cleveland's defense held the fort until the top of the 14th inning. Game deadlocked. Here in the 14th, Mike Huff to the plate. Pitch to Huff. A swing and a fly ball hit to center. This will be deep enough. Lofton still going back, makes the over-the-shoulder catch in front of the track. Tagging and scoring the go-ahead run is Robbie Alomar, and Mike Huff delivers a sac fly to deep center.
In that situation, you're looking to tie the game up and keep going. And with Kenny leading off, you're looking for him to get on and really either sacrifice him over or him steal the base. The ideal thing is if he hits a double, and that's what he did against the left-hander, hit the ball down the left field line.
Into the motion, 1-2 offering. A swing and a looper hit over the head of the third baseman down the left field line. Around first, Lofton digs for second. Carter's throw, not in time. Stand-up double. The pitch, Vizquel bunts to the left of the mound. Castillo looks to third, throws to first in time as Alomar takes the throw. And now the tying run 90 feet from home, and Carlos Baerga coming to the plate. The pitch. A swing and a fly ball hit to left field. This should be deep enough. Carter waiting in medium deep left, makes the catch. Here comes Lofton. The throw to the plate is cut off. We are tied at 3. Now can Albert Bell win it? Lifetime against Castillo. Bell 2 for 3.
I figured he'd try to throw at least 4 balls and just, walk me and, maybe pitch to Eddie or something. But I just told myself, I'm just swinging. I mean, I don't care where the balls are.
A swing and a pop foul to the upper deck right side. Strike 1.
The first pitch was, I think, over my head and fouled that off. And he threw a couple other ones around the strike zone. And then that next pitch was a little lower than the first pitch, and I was able to get it up in the wind current and kind of just floated out in the left center.
A swing and a drive to deep left center. Way back. It is gone. Albert Bell has done it again. A 2-out game-winning home run here in the 14th. And the Indians tie it in the 14th, and they now win it in the 14th on Albert Bell's 32nd home run, and he is being mobbed at home plate.
I don't know of many people that could have hit the pitch that he hit and hit it as far as he hit it. He hit it more to left center field than he did straight away left field. And with that, with the wall out there, the 19-foot wall, and to hit it, and the ball was up and away from him, and I don't know how he got to it, but he did and hit it out.
I mean, I love Albert Bell at the plate. He's the most focused hitter, the most prepared hitter I've ever seen. And he's especially dangerous in key situations. And I think he's especially dangerous with men on base. I go back to many times over the years that Albert and I have been together and have seen him just do things that other players can't do. He has great power, and he has the ability to break a game open.
The very next night, the Alomars met again, and this time Roberto's Blue Jays held a 4-3 lead in the ninth, while Sandy's fans urged him and the tribe to get back on the beaten path.
Here is Manny Ramirez, 0 for 2 with a walk. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball through the right side, a base hit. I should say through the left side. So Manny Ramirez gets the Indians going in the ninth. And here comes Sandy Alomar.
Alomar laced a double down the left field line, sending pinch runner Wayne Kirby to third.
Going at second base is Alomar, and the Indians, with nobody out in the ninth inning, have runners at second and at third.
1 out later, the stage was set for the first pinch hitting appearance of the year by Carlos Baerga.
He delivers. Fly ball deep enough to center field to get the run home. Waiting is Huff. He makes the catch. Here's the tag. The throw will go to third base, and the Indians have tied it here in the ninth. Sacrifice fly from Carlos Baerga.
The score remained tied, and for the second straight night, the game went into extra innings. Thome reached first with a 1 out walk, and Albert Bell now faced a pitcher he had never faced before, Toronto reliever Jimmy Rogers.
They brought in a new guy, and I was just, try to swing at the strikes. I saw where he was warming up through a fast slide and a curve, and, I figured I had to get, one of those 3 pitches to hit.
The pitch. Breaking ball low and away, ball 1.
First pitch curveball down and away, and then he came back and he threw a slider. I don't think he was expecting me to swing at that.
1-0 pitch, a swing and a pop-up behind home plate, but this will become a souvenir.
I felt like that was a pretty good pitch to handle, to hit out the ballpark. And the next pitch, it was a fastball up and in. I think he wanted it up and in a little bit further, but it stayed out over the plate. I mean, it was a tough pitch to handle, and I kept it fair.
The 1-1 offering. Bell lines one to deep left. Goodbye to the home run porch. Albert Bell for the second night in a row with a game-winning home run. This time a 2-run shot down the left field line. And once again, a home plate celebration as the Indians in 10 innings have beaten the Toronto Blue Jays 6-4 on Bell's 33rd home run.
I've been struggling against the Blue Jays this year. I know last year I came up with some big home runs in the late innings off of them, but this year I was struggling. So I think our teammates might have been a little shocked that it happened 2 days in a row.
Well, Albert's been awfully clutch, over the years, not just this year and not just last year. He's he hits number 4 for a reason. He has that type of talent and that type of abilities.
I do the things that I do because it's what I was taught and it's how I approach it, and what I believe is right. Eddie Murray was my first chance of seeing how it was supposed to be done. I mean, why is it important for you to play in every single game? Why is it important for your team to be out there every day? And all you had to do was look over at first base and see that's why it's important.
Game number 4 was preceded by a pregame prediction to Eddie Murray from Tony Pena.
As I said, it's about time that you hit a home run to win the ball game. I said it before the game.
But for Eddie to live up to Tony's premonition, he'd have to deal with pain, where he was batting right-handed against Milwaukee left-hander Scott Carl.
He's been scuffling since coming off the disabled list on August 1st. He missed a month with 2 fractured ribs. He still has soreness when batting right-handed. Not often will he face a left-hander. Check swing and fouled off.
He just goes out and leads by example, and I think the other players see him playing when he's hurt. Last year he played with the bad thumb all year. This year he had to go on the disabled list with the bad ribs, but he came back faster than anybody thought he would. He has just been a great player and a great example.
That is hit hard, but not deep enough. Straightaway center. Bell will tag. He'll try to test the arm of Pulse. In safely.
In his next at-bat, Eddie grounded out 5-4 to 3, again right-handed. Still, the Indians led 3-2. In Eddie's third at-bat, right-handed again, he came close to proving Pena a prophet.
Eddie Murray at the plate, 0 for 2. 1 down, a runner at second. Hit to deep left. If it's fair, it could
could be trouble, but it'll hook foul. Hit it off the end of the bat. A bittersweet souvenir for a fan, but more pain for the man, as a few pitches later, Eddie sorely tested those ribs on a changeup. With the game now tied at 3, Eddie finally caught a break as he got to bat left-handed against Milwaukee reliever Bill Wegman.
I can remember when he said from the right side his ribs was hurting. So he was happy to see a right-hand pitcher come into that situation.
Lifetime Eddie Murray batting .345 against Bill Wegman. 3-3 tie, bottom of the ninth. Murray with a deep drive to right. This ball is gone.
How many times do they do it? It's unbelievable.
And what a fun run that must be to travel the bases knowing you have just won the ball game in the bottom of the ninth inning.
You know, it was one of those things. Tony Pena made a prediction before the game started that I was going to hit a home run. I looked at him and everybody else did, and I guess I kept him waiting a while.
This ball club this year, you know, it's so united, you know, and you can see everybody pull for each other. You can see everybody try to help each other, and it's something that's real valuable for a ball club, especially when the ball club is contending and has so much talent like the ball club we have.
It's all started last year. They had such a great year, played so well here at Jacobs Field. They came in on a mission, I think, in spring training, and these guys believed. I think they got over the hurdle of believing they can win. They knew they could win, and they just started from day one. They've been incredible. They know they can hit. They're very confident. They're not a cocky bunch of guys. They have a lot of belief in themselves. And, you know, I saw them come back from 8-0 here against Cy Young winner of last year. So they know they can do it against anybody. It's just a matter if they have enough time.
Rubber game of the series. The Indians trying to make it 2 out of 3 over the Jays. Behind the pitching of Jason Grimsley this afternoon, who'll make his 2nd consecutive start.
Unfortunately for Grimsley, it was a very brief start.
Pulls it to short. A base hit, 1 run is in, 2 runs will score. Molitor to 3rd on the play. And the Indians are in a hole. There's a base hit, another run scores. Carter will stop at 2nd as Molitor scores 3-0, still nobody out. There's a drive to center field. Back is Kenny Lofton near the warning track, close to the wall, looks up, it's gone. 3-run homer. 6-0 Toronto.
The Blue Jays scored 7 in the first and eventually went up 8-0. Not the most promising scenario against one of baseball's best pitchers.
Well, it wasn't a good feeling because I think Cone was on the mound, and it was 7-0. You might as well bet the mortgage that we ain't coming back, you know, especially on a quality pitcher like Cone.
Skied to shallow left. And it drops for a hit. The Indians will get it wrong. That's a base hit into left center field. Tomey and Sorrento score. The sellout crowd finally makes some noise.
Most people say that offense is contagious in baseball, but for the Indians, they take it to another level. We have so many guys that have high averages plus power so that we can come back so quickly. It's a walk, a hit, and all of a sudden a bomb, and we're back in the game.
There's a fly ball deep right field. Way back toward the bullpen. That ball is up and gone. The Indians climb back. It's now 8-5.
The relentless Indians then made it 8-6 to set up still another fantastic finish.
And the fans now trying to rally the troops. Let's see if that Jacobs magic is back for 95. Ground ball to second base. Gets away from Alomar. He cannot recover. Ball was hit pretty hard, but Alomar normally gobbles those up.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where, you know, you needed some breaks during the part of a game to really get a comeback going, and that was one of them, and it happened in the 9th inning. And I think right after that, there was another controversial call at first, whether the ball was fair or foul.
That's fair. Down the line into the corner. Albert Bell around second, on his way to 3rd. Murray held with a long single. The time runs are on. The winning run comes to the plate.
Jimmy hit before me and hit into a double play, but hustled down the line and beat it out, and that gave me an opportunity to come up with 2 outs in the 9th.
Now It's up to Paul Sorrento. It's 8-7.
I had a little adrenaline flowing because it was against Hall, and the previous weekend, I think I pinch hit against him in Toronto. Same type of situation. It was late in the game. We were down by a run or two, and I hit into a game-ending double play, and he shattered my bat in about 4 or 5 places. So I had a little extra adrenaline going, you know, a little payback, and you know, he just happened to get a ball up in the strike zone, and I get the good part of the bat on it.
Long drive, deep right field. Back to the wall. It's gone. Home run, Sorrento. The Indians win. Unbelievable. Oh, man. I can't believe it. Amazing. One pitch. The Indians win 9-8. The Magic's back. The Magic is back at Jacobs Field. Oh, wow.
I think that was a real special day for us because I think it convinced us that we could score a lot of runs and score them quick, and that if we kept our wits about us and kept our goal in mind, that we could come back and get a job done.
Well, Manny's a guy that he's still living, you know, like he's a little kid, you know. He thinks he's a little kid, he's always joking around, but that's the way he is, you know. It's hard to change, you know, his mind from that, but, you know, if he keep hitting the way, I don't want to mess it up.
Ricky Henderson has hit more leadoff home runs than anyone, and against Dennis Martinez, he simply enhanced his legacy. Henderson's blast helped Oakland to a 3-0 lead in the first inning. They still led 3-1 at the end of 6 innings. But the Cleveland offense can strike oh so quickly, and in the 7th, it took just 2 pitches.
The Indians need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. They're down by 2. Baerga, line drive, right field, base hit.
Well, there's your base runner right there. Ask and you shall receive.
The fans begin to come to life, looking for this late inning lightning at Jacobs Field. Drive deep left field. Henderson back. He'll look up. The ball is gone. Home run, Albert Bell. It's tied.
It worked in the 7th. Why not in the 9th? As the duo of Baerga and Bell this time sought to break the tie.
Bell with a line drive, left field, base hit. Past Henderson. Here comes Baerga. Around third.
You know, sometimes you have to make the plays go through. You know, I had to hit the catcher. I hit Steinbach pretty hard, but he never dropped the ball.
The front of the plate. He's out.
Despite Baerga's best efforts, the game remained tied. In the 12th inning, the man who opened the game with a home run scored the go-ahead run. And the A's turned their 4-3 lead over to a pitcher with more than 300 career saves.
Here's Dennis Eckersley, obviously a great relief pitcher, walks out and you figure, you know, he figures bang, 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 I'm gonna close out this inning.
Eckersley is a guy that he comes, you know, he throws strike right away, and I said, well, let me swing right away.
Baerga has 5 hits. Wow.
5-hit ball game.
That day, everything I hit was a base hit, and you know, to start it up against Eckersley in that inning, that was more special.
Bell pops it up. 1 out. Comey pops it up. It's 2 outs. The Indians are now down to their final out. Ramirez against Eckersley.
I've got to feel like he felt intimidated there, even though he was facing a rookie. He got ahead of him with 2 strikes there, and then I think he went away from his pattern of Dennis Eckersley. He's got such good control. Steinbach moved outside on a couple pitches that weren't even close, you know, and he's got such impeccable control, you would think he would miss by 3 or 4 inches. Well, he really missed where he couldn't get Ramirez to chase the pitches.
We've seen Manny, a very patient hitter.
And he thought Manny would be going for a base hit. There was a man on second and 2 out. And so he thought, okay, he's going to look for the ball away and go for the base hit. So he came in with a fastball and tried to jam him.
But he just didn't get it in enough. He didn't realize how quick this kid's bat is.
That youthful exuberance came through, I think, as Manny see-ball, hit ball.
Comes inside, high fly ball, deep left field. Henderson looks up. The ball is gone, and the Indians win the game.
Eckersley's reaction, he looked and you could just see him form the words, wow. And that's, I mean, I think that's, you know, that sort of sums up this team, wow.
Manny Ramirez, a 2-out, 2-run home run in the bottom of the 12th inning. The sweep is complete.
found my home run stroke when I did the home run hitting contest. I remember before then I wasn't real comfortable at the plate. I just didn't feel comfortable, and I knew there was a lot of pitches I was seeing that I felt like I could have hit them out of the ballpark, and they were just, you know, ground balls in the infield, double plays, and then once I did the home run contest, I felt like I found my home run stroke, and just pretty much I've been doing it ever since the break.
5-3, the California Angels lead, and as expected, they will go to the big man, the all-time big man out of the bullpen.
Well, it was amazing how it unfolded because they brought Lee Smith in and they had a couple-run lead going into the 9th inning, and it started. It was just something like it was meant to be.
Another sellout tonight, 41,763, and I think almost all of them are still here. Great play by Snow. Scrambles, can't recover. The Indians have a base runner.
Oh, what happened, that ball hit the bag. And what it did, it jumped back and hit Snow.
Now, this is what the folks came to see. The Indians will get the tying run to the plate. The runner is going. Comey strikes out. Run away.
There was a line drive hit to Gary DeSarcina at short, and it just tipped off the top of his glove, and it fell out for a base hit.
The tying runs are on. The winning run will come to the plate.
Crowd getting on their feet. They sense it. They feel the magic is back.
Trying to pull the Indians through again.
They ended up walking Carlos Baerga, and as he's going to first base, he sensed something because he turns around and started screaming and pumped up Albert.
I just said to Albert, come on, let's do it right here. You know, I want you to kill this guy.
Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, one man out.
Nobody's left the ballpark. Everybody's still here. The all-time save leader against the Indians cleanup batter.
This is baseball at its finest.
In that situation there, you know, I had a pretty good idea. I mean, you know, Lee Smith just going to go right after you.
Strike one call.
And that's what he's done so far in his career, to be the all-time save leader.
Out of play right side.
The first couple pitches, I mean, he blew some cheese by there. It kind of took me by surprise, and you know, he threw a couple balls, and I was looking for another fastball by him, and you know, he got a slider out over the plate. I think it was a little bit higher than he wanted to, and just stayed back and hit it straight away center field.
Line to center field. Back is Edmonds to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. A grand slam home run. The magic continues. The Indians win.
Oh. Look at this place. Unbelievable.
Eckersley on Sunday. Tonight, Lee Smith. Albert, let me ask you, what is it about this place, these fans, this stadium, this season that inspires nights like tonight? There's got to be a certain feeling that everybody down there has.
We're very confident, you know, playing at our home ballpark. It's a new stadium. We got sellout crowds. Fans are going crazy, but I'm not real thrilled about the idea of coming from behind all the time.
There you go.
And it was almost like you could see it happening, you know. As soon as they got one guy on base, the confidence started to build and pick up, and that's how it's been.
The '95 Indians. Hats off to a team that proved it is never over till it's over.
I have never seen the type of things that I've seen from this club in 27 years. I haven't seen these types of finishes. 1 or 2 a year is usually the norm for most clubs, where they have a late inning dramatic home run. It just seems to happen over and over again for this ball club. I told Dick Jacobs that this is something that doesn't happen all the time, and his response to me is, well, I'm getting used to it.
It has been a magical year at Jacobs Field, and everyone has their favorite magic moment.
I think the one Sorrento hit against the Blue Jays.
I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing from the Lord.
By far, that was the biggest home run all year when he hit that.
The one that really stands out for me was the 2-run homer that Manny hit with 2 out and 2 strikes off Dennis Eckersley.
This is a team of destiny. There's no question about it.
I think the most dramatic last second victory was when Albert Bell hit the grand slam home run off Lee Smith.
On the highlight reels, that ball went right by me, and I'm the white cameraman jumping up and down, so I really enjoyed that one.
Well, you're down in the ninth inning, here comes Albert Bell and bang, grand slam home run to center field. That was about as dramatic as you can get.
I definitely think, you know, something special about this place, that they're hitting so well, and that they're doing so good this year.
Jacobs Field is a magical place.